My name is DJ LUBZ. I was born and raised in Cape Town, South Africa. I'm a music producer and obviously I'm a DJ. I started compiling and collecting music at a very young age. I was like probably 9. I became a DJ at age 15. And I started DJing at birthday parties and in taverns around townships and other neighborhoods around Cape Town. And as a DJ, I've managed to play almost at every premium club in Cape Town, and over the years, I've managed to open up and perform alongside some of the greatest DJs that I grew up listening to. I'm talking guys like Rocco, Black Coffee, Ralph Gam, Christos, Vinita Vinci, Tulo the Song, DJ Mbuso, DJ Toxin, Fistas Mixwell, Revolution, DJ Tira, DJ Spoo, Cuba, Psy, No Ripertone, Hypnosis, Mpawaza. I mean, and the list is like endless. And I've managed to actually have friendships and relationships with some of them. I look up to these guys, so it's very important I talk about them because they inspired me before I got on my journey of working on my album that I'm working on now. Which is also called Based on a True Story. And for me to grow up listening to them and then end up meeting and playing alongside them and some of them becoming friends with, it's just been an amazing journey filled with a lot of ups and downs. But music has gotten me through it all, hence why the album titles Based on a True Story, because all my music is based on a true story. These guys inspire me. My music, you can tell most of them is inspired by some of these guys, and I'm not ashamed to admit that I look up to these guys and they're role models to me. My album, Based on a True Story, initially I had the intentions of releasing it this year, which is 2019. But because I'm also the founder of a record company called Pipeline Music, so we have a string of artists that I work with, and there's a lot of other commitments that were going around, so a lot of stuff happened business-wise that didn't go according to plan. So resulting in me pushing back the album to releasing it in 2020, at the beginning of the year, the first quarter of 2020, which is next year. That's the intended plan now. Over the years, in music production, I've managed to release 6 mixtapes, 3 mixtapes with vocals, and 3 beat tapes with no vocals. So on the hip-hop mixtapes, basically are called Hip Hop Escapade because I'm popularly known for being a house DJ, deep house DJ. So when I started the hip hop journey, I had to let people know that I'm still LUBZ, that you know, or Tani Soul music on the house side of things. Even when I'm doing hip hop, I'm still the same me, because each genre doesn't define, it never did define my love for music. So Hip Hop Escapade 1 came out 2014. On production, I collected artists that we had the same vision, started recording music basically on instrumentals that I've composed over the years. They came to the studio, started working, and a year later I dropped my first mixtape called Hip Hop Escapade. Never fade, words are like heaven made, cleverly laid like you're made on an escapade. The following year I released my second mixtape called Hip Hop Escapade 2.
Yeah! Yes, sir. Yo, LUBZ. What up, son? Phoenix backyard. Go. 170.
2016, I didn't drop. I was actually focused more on the artists now that I recorded on Escapade 1 and 2. So we dropped our first mixtape as a label. One of our artists released in 2016 a mixtape. And in 2017, I started working on the final chapter of Escapade, because the intention was to make it a trilogy, you know, and to show growth, because the first two mixtapes was a mixture of instrumentals and tracks with vocals. So there would be track 1 instrumental, track 2 I would feature someone on vocals, njalo njalo, on both the first mixtape. So on Escapade 3, I wanted to make a mixtape that actually solidifies my production in hip hop. You know, but I'm an underground hip hop producer. You can come to me for beats, you can come to me for music production. So that's the intention that I had when we went on to do Hip Hop Escapade 3. The whole thing for Escapade 3 just became something that everyone wanted to get involved in. When Babale said, yo, I'm working on a mixtape, like, yo, I've heard the first 2, yeah, I want to be on this one. Everybody just came on board naturally. And it was actually bigger than the first 2. We had a couple of songs that got picked up by a lot of people, like from around, not just the country, but from the world. They were like, yo, I like this track on the mixtape. People from the US, people from the UK would be hitting me up on emails or inboxing me to SoundCloud, like, yo, I need to hear some of your other beats. Do you have other beats? So a year later, I started dropping beat tapes because of people were like, yo, I need to hear like your beats without vocals. I dropped my first beat tape, with Just Beats Volume 1 early this year, and then I dropped the second one as well this year. From what it was a year ago now to now, so I guess growth doesn't come in one form of me as an individual artist. As a label head, I had to look out for other artists in the label as well to build. So kind of not be selfish, and this is like something that happened naturally. You know, I had no intention of simultaneously putting my focus on my artist and the label. It just comes out naturally for me. You know, I would be on the road to a studio session for my own stuff, but when I'm there and I'll hear something for an artist that I work with, I'll like, yo, we need to get Ubani in the studio right now and let's scratch whatever I was here for. We can always do it again. And it's kind of a gift and a curse, but I like to see it as a journey, you know. That's why the album is called Based on a True Story. This is my true story. I mean, chaptered in chords and drums and percussions into songs, you know. And another thing that delayed the album, I quite couldn't get everyone that I wanted to feature on the album on time, you know, due to them being busy or I'm being busy, you know. I mean, we're all on the grind, trying to get stuff popping, so time is kind of like the major enemy for the whole thing that we're working on. But I guess it's God's plan as well. Label is solid, we've got a distribution deal. Now I know my album will be definitely on every store, you know. A year ago I didn't know that, you know. So from the production side of things, the album is where it's supposed to be, except for the features that I want to feature, people that I want to get on the album. Because this is my debut album and I want it to sound like everything I want it to be. One thing about Based on a True Story, the album that I'm working on, people have been asking me, they've been asking me, will the album be house music or will the album be hip hop or will it be a mixture like everybody else is doing right now? How will the album sound? Will it sound Afro? Will it sound boom bap? Like, so I don't have no actual answer on that because I have so much music. I'll actually put together the track listing and the decision of what genre the album should be. Should it be alternative? Should it be mix? I can just simply drop an entire hip-hop album or an entire house album or a double disc. But at the moment, music is not the issue, you know. It's just the timing needs to be perfect for this one. It's been a process because we're independent, but we want to put together an album that sounds like it was given to you by a major company, you know. We've grown in a way, spiritually, mentally, you know. So based on a true story is an album telling my journey from the beginning to where I am right now, because based on a true story there's no ending. The album kind of ends in a manner where it tells you the journey still continues, because we're starting a revolution, a pipeline script. That's what